For you Uber drivers that want to cherry pick, why not let Uber do the cherry picking for you? I'm going to teach you a little trick today. If you're new here, hang on to this. Let Uber do your cherry picking for you in a little way, okay? I'm going to teach you a little trick that I've learned. I got a comment from someone asking me how to find out information. And I'm going to teach you a little trick to kind of, if you're not making tips and you're getting crappy riders, let me help you with a little trick today that'll straighten it out for you a little bit, okay? It's not going to do it all, but this can help, and I use it. I'm going to explain why and what I have my settings set on so that I don't have to really worry about a lot of crappy riders, all right? Let's talk about this. My name is Daddy-O, if I haven't said it already. Hang on to the end of this. I do a little bit of Uber and a little bit of YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Here we go. There's a setting that you can use. I have mine set at 4.7. Uber does not send me any runs offers with anyone that's below 4.7. Reason being, I want to make the tips. All right. I've told you before, if you can focus on the tips out here, you're going to be happier. So let me just get this out of the way for you. I'm going to teach you this little trick, and let's see if this can help you. Okay. In your app, and you can do this right now if you have your phone available and you're not watching this on your phone, you can do this right now. In the bottom left corner down there, bring up the main screen. On the bottom left corner down there, you'll see the little 2 lines and the little 2 dots. Click on that. That's your preferences. That's where you go in and set up. Do you want to do Uber Eats? Do you want to do deliveries? What do you want to do? How do you want to drive Uber today? You can set it up for all that kind of stuff. If you scroll down to the bottom of that, you're going to see down there where it says rider rating. All right. They probably have you set on a 4.0 or something like that right now if you've never touched this feature before. The rating, you can change it. I have mine set at 4.7. Like I said, Uber does not send me any rides if the rider's rating is below a 4.7. I do that because I've told it in videos before. I work a higher end clientele. I cherry pick my butt off. I don't take every run. Don't worry about your acceptance rate. Get down the way real quick. I don't take every run that Uber wants to offer me. All right. I look down and see where the rider's coming from and where are they going. That's the 2 most important things when a run pops up for me. I want to know where am I picking them up and where am I dropping them off. And because I work a concentrated area, an area that I know very well, and I've talked about that in many videos before. Work an area you know, all right, so that when these runs pop up, you know where you're going. You know where you're dropping off, all right? That's a way of making sure you know what kind of clientele you're picking up. But when you have your star rating or the passengers or riders rating set at whatever you want to set it at, 4.6, 4.7, whatever you choose, don't do a 4.9 because you ain't going to get no runs. All right, that's not going to happen. But you want to be able to control, if you can, the star rating for the passengers that you're being picked. I don't get sent just to go anywhere, okay? Those runs that a lot of people complain about, I'm not getting no tips, the riders are rude, whatever. I get comments about this kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about it because Uber's not going to see you. Now, if a person is new, okay, they're a new rider and they've never really rode on Uber very much, their star rating might be still pretty high. They can still turn out to be a crappy rider. They can still turn out to be someone that's not going to drop you a tip. That's why I play the games. I want to make sure that I'm not going to get into the game thing. I got my videos on here about that. But I want to make sure that I know before I ever roll out or I even accept the run, I want to know exactly what that star rating is for that passenger. It gives me a leg up knowing where they're coming from and what is their star rating before I make the decision, oh, okay, I'll do that one. That's the way I play the game. Now, when I talk about how I play the game, let's get this up front first. On this channel, Daddy-O only talks about what he does, all right, what works for him. If it don't work for you, I'm sorry. You can try it, see if it does. Let me know. Leave comments, okay? Leave the comments. I appreciate the comments. Thumbs up. Yeah, do the thumbs up, the bell, all that, subscribe. You know how to play the game. But I don't worry about when Uber sends me a run and I know it's going to be at least a 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, or a 5.0 person. I know, and then when I know that they're coming out of a high-end hotel, I've told you I worked before. If I know they're coming out of a high-end restaurant, I've told you about that before, all right? And they got a 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, I'm working a tip, and I'm working it hard, all right? And I've told you how to play the games, and I get comments from people explaining to me the games that they play and that they have played for a while, and it works for them. That's great. If you have found a way, and you've been doing Uber for a while, and Uber's making you money, keep on playing your game, all right? I'm just adding some little tips here and there that might help you. Try them out. If they do, let me know. Leave the comment. If they didn't work, let me know, all right? All right? We'll figure out what happened, what went wrong. But anything I talk about on here works for me, all right? And I wouldn't, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to tell you about it. If it didn't work, it was an experiment that went wrong, all right? But Uber's not hard. Just you got to think a little bit when you're doing it. And I'm sure if you go check this setting right now on your preferences, now again, it's at the bottom left corner of the app on the main screen. When you click on down there, it's going to bring up your preferences. You can choose, like I said before, you want to do Uber XL or X. You want to do deliveries, package deliveries, whatever, all that other stuff. All right, right below that, and it's right down at the very bottom down there, you're going to see rider rating. And you can select, turn that on and select what your rating of the riders you want to pick up. That's how simple it is. All right, so I've played the game for a while. This is only a short video today to explain this feature because I get comments from people about the passenger star rating. All right, and it's time to go ahead and let's address that. Get it out here into the public. You guys try it out. See if it works for you. And if it don't, like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what happened. I love the comments. I've told you that before. Now, real quickly, yes, Daddy-O does the rental because I'm getting comments about the rental right now. Now, I do the electric rental. One more time, I'm going to express this if you're still hanging on. If you don't have to, don't use Hertz. Don't use Hertz at all. Hertz can be a nightmare. I get comments from a lot of people that are using them or have used them, and they're agreeing with me. Hertz can be a nightmare. So if you have to use them, understand you only use them for a short period of time, but pay attention to your money and pay attention to the cars. When you're new with Hertz, they're going to give you what they have. That's it. I understand from people that have been using Hertz after they've been with them for a while, they kind of upgrade them a little bit into a better vehicle. Great. I just will never use Hertz again. That's my personal opinion. I'm throwing it out there. And again, I only talk about on here what I've done and what works for me. Okay. And I've played the games. There's videos on here. If you're having a problem, let me know. Comment. We'll work it out. I'll figure it out for you. We'll figure something out. Or we'll just do what we got to do. And that's keep on trucking. Anyway, Daddy-O out for the day. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. I got to go back to work. It's a nice day today. Jeez. Have a good one, guys. Bye.